League of Reparation eliminated. The League of Reparation has been dismantled, according to the Tri-Superpower Task Force investigating the organization. Captain Niam Sutonia of the Imperial Internal Security Service made this statement. Following the decryption of the League's comms network, we have now arrested or eliminated every member of the organization. The galactic community provided significant support by destroying the League's strongholds in federal and imperial space. Thanks to their efforts, the League of Reparation has been defeated. Deputy Inspector Mara Klatt spoke to the media about Riri McAllister, now known to be Nexus, the League's central coordinator. McAllister voluntarily revealed a surprising amount of information during questioning. It seems the League began building its forces a few years ago, recruiting misguided obsessives and mercenaries. They targeted INRA descendants to whom they could gain easy access, murdering dozens of innocent people. After Commander Jameson's ship was discovered, the League started targeting high-profile individuals and leaving the For Jameson message. This was designed to generate exposure and spread terror to families with an INRA connection. McAllister has confessed to being the original architect of the League. As for her motivation, she insists she is a direct descendant of Commander John Jameson, and that her duty was to avenge his death. In fact, McAllister is registered as an orphan of unknown lineage, meaning that we cannot verify her claim. Our suspicion is that this is a long-held delusion or a product of a psychological disorder. Alliance Interpol later confirmed that McAllister had been charged with multiple terrorism-related crimes. Her trial will be held shortly. Classic children's show returns. A children's entertainment show that achieved great popularity 40 years ago is being remade for modern audiences. The animated program, which featured spacefaring camel-like lifeforms from another galaxy, was titled Andromedaries. After many years, its devoted fanbase has raised funding for an independent entertainment company to purchase the rights. A press release from Black Shadow Productions stated, "This new incarnation of Andromedaries will delight fans both old and new. We'll be going on a dark, blood-soaked journey of psychological discovery, showcasing all the trials and pressures of intergalactic travel." Vienna Langhorn, the creator and head writer of the original show, commented, "It's about camels in space, for goodness sake. What are these morons doing to it?" Ogden Smith, president of the Andromedaries Superlative Society, told the media, "With all due respect to Vienna Langhorn, she doesn't understand the show like we do. The new version will return viewers to the gritty, realistic drama we enjoyed when we were kids." League of Reparation hunt concludes. The Tri-Power Task Force, whose goal is to eradicate the League of Reparation, has announced a successful conclusion to its recent campaign. Scores of pilots supported the task force by eliminating League terrorists in the Zibel and Ian Palang systems. As the campaign drew to a close, Captain Niam Sutonia had this to say. "The League of Reparation put up a good fight, just what we've come to expect from these fanatics, but we prevailed in the end. With the aid of the galactic community, we have now taken a bold step in eradicating this terrorist organization once and for all. Pilots who contributed to the initiative in the Zibel system can now collect their awards from Higher Port. Pilots who contributed to the initiative in the EN Palang system can now collect their awards from Brundage City." Alliance Initiative. The Alliance has announced plans to build an Ocelus starport in the MEL-22, Sector GMVC-28 system, to further bridge the gap between the core systems and the Alliance's outposts in the California Nebula. Alliance official Torvin Dast issued the following statement. "Our previous initiative established a link between our outposts in the California Nebula and the galactic core. But to ensure the safety and well-being of travelers following the route, we need to maintain a robust program of starport construction. The initiative is being overseen by the Turner Research Group, which has placed an open order for mined resources to be used in the construction. The organization has also placed a kill order on all ships on its wanted list, to ensure that those contributing material to the campaign can do so safely. The campaign begins on the 26th of July 3304 and will run for 1 week. If the final target is met earlier than planned, the campaign will end immediately."
Hey guys, how's your health plan? Apparently it's great! Hello, everybody. Mr. Moo here in the cockpit, here in Elite Dangerous, here in the California Nebula because, well, I'm a suspicious SOB sometimes. What ship will Hank take on a 13,000 light-year jump today? None of them, if I got anything to say about it. Oh, boy. How is everybody? And a shout-out. Sniperman672, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the crew, and yeah, get a hold of me, because, I saw you on the private group invite. I didn't know who you were. But, yeah, chat a little bit, come in, say hello, and, yeah. Hardcore, thank you so much for the host, and who all do we got here? We've got Dazzy Star, let's see here, Dazzy Star, Commander Vrod, Carranza, Marino Twine, Norathema, Gret, let's see here, George Klooners, Hermagerd, Drifting Raven, and, always punctual. Hello! Living up to the name well, I see. Oh, so yeah, here we are in the California Nebula, Nasconius 07, and I got here like 10 minutes ago. I was here for 5 minutes, and already there is something very, very weird going on. Galaxy map.
Hey, be careful where you're going.
Allow me to explain. First off, this is not a very dense area of space. You can see that. This is bubble level. Why did that just take me so long? I've got a high 50, low 60 light-year jump ship here. I'm on board the Venture, my exploration orca, my Explorca. Did you see that? Let's run a 7.5 light-year jump here. George Klooners just got to elite rank in Explorer yesterday. Oh, grats! On your way to Shinrarta for a schmancy new long-range Conda. Excellent. 2 Chrono, want to start a play group here called the New California Republic. Well done. Well done. Carranza, huh? Odd. Exactly. Something ain't right here. That was what, a 18 light-year jump? There's something screwy going on in here. So let's set for economical routes. Let's see what kind of mischief we can get up to here. That took a little bit longer than one would expect. So what are we doing here in the California Nebula? Well, we are looking for extraterrestrial stuff. Galnet story says the League have been wiped out, but the faction's still there in Zebal and Limpolang, Boom Estate and both. Lovely. Yeah, there's... They didn't, I mean, they got wiped out in the same way the Thargoids have been driven back from the bubble. Which is to say, they haven't.
Now complete.
Galnet's using an old military tactic called lying.
Scanning for anomalies, none detected. Isn't that good?
And yeah, Nasconius, Hank didn't pilot anywhere today. Hank is in high-level diplomatic talks with Yuki that's what Hank is up to. System map.
System map.
Resume course.
Navigation for next system.
Whose buttery smooth voice is that? Why, that's mine. But in addition, we've got Orion on board today. Argus Wolf, good afternoon. I see you've taken note and now exploring a ship with smaller rebuy. It was only 900 light years. I mean, this thing with the jump booster on board does not actually have the space for auto maintenance units. So I'm just coming out here. There's no, there was no neutron jumps. No super boost. Just 1,000 light years. Just. I just wanted something that could, well, it can still get me out here in a decent amount of time, and if I do run into anything hostile, it can get me out of trouble in a hurry. It'll get me out of trouble a whole lot faster than the Bifrost would. Also, you can't beat the view out the cockpit here. System map.
Displaying map.
Alright. T-Tori, 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 and I bet, yep, T-Tori. Video playing 0.75 while the audio is at 1x. What in the... Sanson, good afternoon. And where do you hang the tinfoil hat? Well, you can crinkle it up on the antenna and hopefully give Rod some better reception. Delancey, hello there. Pull up a seat. We're just... Well, we're trying to science, although I'm not sure how good I am at the whole thing. Resume course.
Locking next star system.
We're in the California Nebula, where already we have observed very, very weird delay. Twitch says my phone is not supported. Really?
Vectors. Hyperspace velocity reached.
I'm decent at it. Hank, not so much,
Exiting
yeah.
now.
Yeah, the Twitch app that... Tell you what, I wouldn't trust that on a pocket supercomputer. System map.
System cartography.
Ice. Nothing but ice. Discovered by Speedy Von Gofast. Alright. Gret, a delay in routing would mean a gravitational anomaly in either system. Well, I'm several systems away now. Galaxy map.
Stellar cartography. Just think of all those places, those faraway, unreachable corners of the galaxy, the uncharted areas of space.
Alright, the good news is we apparently don't have any Guardian or Thargoid stuff out here. However, I know for a fact that we have found barnacles out here. Note to self, don't fly into a burning station with only half your heatsink ammo. Oh dear. The area is not that big, so we're gonna try to do some routing here. That was what, 2 jumps? Yeah, that was a 2-jump course, and it still took a lot longer than you'd think.
This is damn peculiar.
Glad you took some vacation away from the trouble. Yeah, the other side of the galaxy is real nice this time of year. You've got Shatner on navigation. His idea of navigation is second star to the right and straight on till morning. Well, it's worked for him well. Nothing has ever gone wrong with that theory. Ever.
Exiting now.
System map.
System map.
Not a terribly exciting place, if I'm honest. Resume course.
Locking system destination.
I mean, at least this is a shorter trip out here. It was only like 17 jumps to get out here. That's not really bad. And Marino Twine, I'd put Takei on navigation, but him and Koenig got stuck in Yosemite one time. At least they would have, if there'd been a movie like that.
Leaving system. Rainship now engaged. Exiting now.
What is this sorcery you speak of? I only know of 300 plus jumps. Well, Gret, the secret is to not go 60,000 light years. Nothing. Alright. Is there a Morgan Freeman voice pack? No. But I have a powerful need for one. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
See, this is plotting some very strange things. George Clooners, whatever voice module Stephen Hawking used would be excellent too. Pretty sure I'm gonna go to hell for this, but isn't the standard text-to-speech module pretty close? Then again, the guy had a hell of a sense of humor. I loved his Fark headline for his birthday. His birthday a few years back, the headline was, Stephen Hawking hits 65, vows to find a steeper hill next year. What? What? Okay, so did we all just see a crate go flying into the sun? Oh, you. Turner Research Group. Okay, the Noble's a HIP 12065. Alright, that makes sense. Horizon Lights 07, what are you up to today? Checking out the California Nebula, because I'm a suspicious kind of person. And I'm wondering about, I'm wondering exactly what's going on here. If they want, you know, why do they want us, why is Frontier and the story poking us so hard towards the California Nebula? Allied Police Force, Turner Research Group. Turner owns the cops here. Turner Research Group, an alliance-based Aegis subsidiary? I believe so. Plus, Bill Turner is an avowed member of the club. He's talked about it openly. Resume course.
System destination locked.
Okay, to be fair, this place has apparently been colonized. System map.
Hey, be careful where you're going.
Is it just this outpost here, or is there someplace you can actually land? It's only Pharos Forge. And that's not a landable place. That's just a planetary outpost. Something about this whole thing just... something doesn't add up right. Or maybe it does add up, but it adds up to scary numbers. And I don't like scary math. I was scared enough by math in high school. And that was just normal math that scared me. This is scary, scary math.
Key systems are at optimum levels, readying for exit.
Oh, and meanwhile, with the wedding of Aisling Duvall coming up... So I had no idea. I had no idea that she was marrying into the family that owned Core Dynamics. Resume course.
Locking next star system.
I didn't know the Rochester family owned Core Dynamics. That wedding sounds more and more like a great big... oh, what's the term? Honeypot operation from in intelligence. Imperial intelligence must be just rubbing their hands together in glee. Like, holy crap, we just had the biggest motherload of intel dropped right in our laps.
Leaving system.
I mean, this would be like the head of Mikoyan Design Bureau marrying some rich American heiress during the height of the Cold War.
Key systems are at optimal levels, readying for exit.
Yeah, Vox. Galnet has an article about a classic children's TV show coming back, yeah. The organization bringing it back abbreviates to ASS. System map.
Displaying map.
Mick Turner base. Nah, Gret. My Little Pony's old news. Everybody's bitching and moaning about She-Ra now. People who didn't watch it 30 years ago are now mad at this change from the thing they didn't watch 30 years ago. Mando, hey, how you doing? We're gonna have a landing here, and we're gonna see what's on this planet, what they got to offer. And there's an ammonia world in here. Yeah, you're right. Always punctual. Is it worth it to travel through systems checking the navigation panel for secret listening posts? It depends on where you're traveling. Excuse me. For places like this, California Nebula and, Pleiades, because, all the Thargoid activity there, that's where it originated. I would say yeah. Otherwise, use your own discretion. I mean, you don't have to. I certainly don't. I'm just doing that today because that's where, one second. Yeah, I'm just doing it today because that's what I'm specifically looking for. Mick Turner bark mounds. What in the actual... The bark mounds. Are we talking about the brain trees, I wonder? Well, I guess we get to find out. There's also a tanker there. And a historical marker of the First Alliance outpost here. And also, for those wondering why I am taking an orca out here, other than the beautiful view, once we drop down into real space, I will show you exactly why I've got an orca with me today. Oh, Gret, you underestimate me. Carranza just got a message stating tip-off. Oh, I've seen those before. Take a well-armed ship and take one that can run. Just in case. Alright, so we're also on approach to Mick Turner base either way. Nasconius, it can't actually boost at all? Oh, you underestimate me too. So, real space cruising speed. In case of trouble, it will boost to 570. Oh, crap. This is what I've heard of. Especially for an exploration ship, George. Gear down.
Gear down.
That's a very good question. Let's go have a look. The Barkmound's population is popular with scientists and sightseers alike. Close proximity to a Alliance base has caused much speculation. Well, that's less than helpful. I mean unsuitable, I was just landing here. It's better. $580 in Legacy? Yeah. Yeah, I made some sacrifices for speed. I am actually running, I believe I'm running grade 5 or class 5 thrusters. Grade 5 dirty drive, but yeah. But yeah, turning it into a giant eagle, that is not a bad way of describing it. Well, maybe an Imperial Eagle, because it's got the, you know, the 2 small and the medium. That's been scaled up to what? 2 medium and a large? Gotta love manual power management? Yeah, if you... if you aren't running manual power management on an exploration ship, you aren't trying. Alright, just for scientific inquiry, and because there's no other way to actually test. Oh yeah, no fire zone. Whoops. Looks somewhat aliens. Yes it does. Lights.
Affirmative.
Legacy distributors that can perma-boost the majority of your ships. Yeah. Yeah, some good rolls back then, but, I mean, it's just so much easier now with, you know, Engineering 2.0 distributors and the, what is it, the supercapacitors? Whichever one it is that allows for even faster recharge. Yeah, perma-boost is easily doable now. I just don't have it because I've got an old legacy distro on this thing. Just never quite got around to updating it. Polyporous growth. Cordyceps growth. Well, that's like an anemone.
Hello.
Grislago, hey, how you doing? That's not a geological formation as far as I can tell. Polyporous growth, that's... well, the core word there is from polyp. Zero, hey, how you doing? It's nickel. Nickel?
Cargo scoop retracted.
Argus Wolf, I'm raising my hand right now. What are these things, like proto-barnacles? Did a year of exploration, came back 13th of May, kind of taking a 3-month break from Elite, and then getting ready for the Q4 exploration trip. That's a good way to do it. A year out in the deep dark, that is, hats off to you. So what am I up to? I am just kind of poking around the California Nebula. Beautiful view. Found this by a base that's put up by Bill Turner. Which, again, I do not trust Turner at all. Something is... also, cindering. Let me get back on the ship and let me ask you, in your, your experience in deep space exploration, have you ever seen anything this, there's something screwy going on with this region of space The Navicomp is acting weird. Looking like cross between barnacles and brain trees? Yeah, that's about right. Terlock 07, how goes? Goes weirdly. That's still a good jump range on Explorer Conda there. Galaxy map.
Displaying map.
Okay, so let me set up for standard routes, fastest routing. So here's a system I haven't been to, okay? So let's go for something closer here, actually. Let's set up for realistic mode. Okay, 10.83 light years, right? Is there more permit-locked systems out there? Not anymore. Well, just the same number that have always been as far as I know. But here, take a look at this. 10.83 light years. And I've been to this system. It says so on my map. That is a long-ass time. Drifting Raven, can you harvest from them like a barnacle? Yes, it looks like there's growths on them that you can blast off and then scoop up. Unfortunately, I'm kind of fined out here because it's so close to a Turner base. Okay, 10.4 light years again. What is causing that delay? That should not be... I mean, that degree of delay seems a little off. Yeah, but I'm only calculating 27 light years or 10 light years. Just got interdicted in Shinrarta by a commander. I'm not even carrying anything. What do you want? Best of luck. Seriously, best of luck to you, George. Gear up.
Gear coming up.
I'm sorry about that, George. Seriously, people are just dicks.
Faster than light velocity reached. Exiting now.
Interference from the nebula? But it's California, not Mutara. System map.
Hey, be careful where you're going.
Nothing here that's going to be Guardian based. I know that, even if... Let's see here. Yeah. I know route plotting gets slow in the core, even doing 100 light year plots. Yeah, that's true. That's true, but, I mean, look at the stellar density here. This is not a dense region. This is bubble level. He was just adding realism. Yeah, realism sounds a whole lot like being an asshole, Sanson. At least his interpretation of realism. Maybe back-end issues? I was thinking that, Cindering, but here's the thing. Around other systems in the bubble, that doesn't happen. I mean, I'm going to get out, you know, if I left the California Nebula, if I went to the Pleiades, if I went to Orion, it doesn't do that. I've been checking. There's something weird going on in this region, and I think it might have to do with the fact that Frontier is pushing us out here. I mean, remember, Frontier will do community goals to kind of nudge people in a direction. Like getting Obsidian Orbital up and running. You know, when that was built a couple years back, and suddenly there was huge interest in the Pleiades, and then, you know, eventually they found barnacles.
Exiting now.
And now the Alliance is pushing us out towards... Yeah, thank you, Gret. System map.
System cartography.
Huh, research lab. Fairly high gravity. That's going to be 4.8 Earth masses, 9,000 clicks. Well, it's worth a look anyway. May as well go here past the bubblegum gas giant. FDev does that stuff, and then there's me. Have fun with the space roaches. I'm doing a year-long trip. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's... You're totally free to do that, and I've certainly, you know, paid attention to the story with varying degrees of interest. I'm just kind of curious, like, you know, what are they going to do now? Because there's been talk of Guardian vessels. You know, maybe someday, possibly. Let's see if I can land at Ford and clear this bounty. I just hate having those scales over my head. This is going to be a high G landing. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. I have illuminated the fasten seatbelt sign. This is going to be a high G landing. Oh, Sniper Man, finally got to catch a live stream. How's it going? Been hoping to catch a hold of you. Saw you on the private group request, and honestly, didn't know a thing about you. What's up? What's the good word? In before Guardian AI fleet is hidden in California Nebula. Yeah, top 1% of all liners. No. That was the poor guy that got stuck at Glidden. Instantaneous plotting in the center of the bubble. Okay, so this seems to be limited just to the California Nebula region. What in the blinkety hell's going on? And yep, we're up to 2G nearly. Yep, just north of 2. Let's see how low we can go here. Just doing a run to Sag A-Star, because I can. Because it's there. Excellent. I like it. Thank you. Yes, the Now that liner was in the top 1%. Was. Sod Kruger Kilo Yankee Lima, request docking clearance.
Docking protocol initiated.
Sir Kruger Kilo Yankee Lima, restrictions are in place within the port entry zone. Please comply, Commander. Approval granted.
Father David has indicated they have more staff to shuffle around now. Ooh. That always makes me happy. Father David. Remember when 20 meters above the surface, level out, and spam flight assist. Yeah. You can't tell me how to fly my ship. Although, yes, I do have to be careful here because...
Scan detected.
You know what? We may have to go take a look at that too once we're clear. Mr. Turtleman, hey! Gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
There we go, we're good.
Contact confirmation. You are cleared to disembark.
Or there's just me ever so gently pulsing the down thrusters, which also works. I thought this was going to be higher gravity than 2G. There, fines are paid off. Gassed up. Manually scanning the galaxy one sector at a time looking for a wolf ray at... galaxy map.
Displaying map.
Now I'm trying to remember because I could have sworn that there were audible cues on your galaxy map as well. Do they have a shipyard here? They do. Not that I'm going to summon anything, I'm just curious. And Dazzy, what's up? How you doing? As you can see, we're actually out in somewhat deep space without a cat destroying my ship.
Departure clearance granted.
Oh, you landed the Explorer Conda on strong G. Well done. Doing average, finding elite frustrating. Uh-oh, what's up? Okay, we got geothermal activity here. Let's see if we can give the ship a wash. It needs a little bit of a cleaning. Learned this trick reading 2063. Yeah, you mentioned you had a question for me. I just don't seem to be progressing, grinding missions, getting a little boring. I getcha. Yeah, so these are geological structures. This is geological. That other stuff now, that's looking more grown. Although, here, have a look at this. There's growths here.
Deactivate hardpoints. This is a restricted zone.
Right. Gear up.
Landing gear already retracted.
Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
For thousands of years I lay dormant. Who has disturbed my...
Hey, best buddy.
Oh, it's you.
Sniperman 672, thank you so much for the sub. Greatly appreciated.
Vectors.
Yep, enjoy your small spaceship, cow, and also enjoy my my tales of being murdered by my cat. Figuratively. iMage, any plans on a Narvert player faction? We've already got one, iMage. iMage, no, the Errantry Alliance, we've established that. It's been going for over a year now. Alright, nothing else here. Resume course.
Locking system destination.
Oh, thought with the new faction submission thing there would mean another. Oh. Not that I know. I mean, we've considered it. I mean, there's some strong consideration, some strong, what do I want to say? Strong reasoning behind setting up a second one. But yeah, look at this again. That 2 jumps, that was a little... I don't know. Something is off here. Anyway. No, really. Exit galaxy map.
Exiting map.
Why are you not exiting my map? That's better. Aaron Duran turned in the last load of data that brought me over the top at Adensu. Alright, well done. Congrats on elite and exploration. But yeah, actually we are running into a little bit of a problem in Errantry in that...
Jumping to light speed.
We've got a lot of enthusiastic members, and thank you all by the way, but we're actually ending up in a situation where we may end up expanding into territory we don't want to expand into. But at the same time, we're kind of painted into a corner. The chains of commanding. What do we got here? Nothing landable. Well, wait, no. These are landable, but they all look like ice. Resume course.
Navigation for next system.
Here, I thought space didn't have corners. You'd be surprised. All these squares make a circle. All these squares make a circle.
Navigation for next system.
And Mr. Turtleman looking over, so you're able to join the faction in-game. Kinda, sorta. I mean, you go to the region and you can help out the faction called the Errantry Alliance of Narvard, but mostly it's an NPC faction that we kinda caretake. Don't be so humble, we know you want to rule the galaxy. Oh, hell no. Do you have any idea how much work that would be? Resume course.
Next system en route.
Perfect place to hide anything. An ice moon. Yes, except for a blowtorch. You'll just be Hank's puppet. Hank knows what side the bread's buttered on.
Vectors.
Funny thing, Torbach, I was looking at my family tree. My family tree has some very interesting things in it. Like a Viking warlord who kidnapped his bride.
Scanning for anomalies.
Had a son with her. He goes out carousing one night. She hired a group of men to kill him and make it look like, you know, he just got in a drunken brawl. And then, well, she waited until their son was of age. Then she had him killed. Then she ruled from behind the throne. Now I know where my family reunions get it. Resume course.
Selecting next destination. Temperatures are at an acceptable level.
Oh yeah, Torbach. I had another ancestor. I've got a lot of Norwegian ancestry. And yeah, another one who he hit hard times, went to a new land, built up a small little kingdom. It was so good. Oh god. Sorry, just a realization of history working in cycles. So this ancestor of mine, and there's going to be nothing there, alright. This ancestor of mine goes and finds a new land, carves out his own little region, draws a bunch of people to it. The land couldn't sustain so many people. There was a famine that struck, and then he got burned to death in his manor as a sacrifice to Odin. Dear Errantry Alliance, that won't help if you sacrifice me to Odin. Just letting you know.
Spaceship drive engaging.
You don't know that until we try.
Stand by.
Sanson, how'd you like to wear a new hat? Parts of that story seem familiar. The fellow's name was Harold the Woodcutter, I believe. Sacrifice me to Aisling? I mean, you're welcome to try, I guess. I don't think that she's too keen on it either. Resume course.
System destination locked.
No, it was Olaf the woodcutter. That's right. Offer Hank as a wedding gift. Hank, no! Yeah. Suddenly I'm remembering Grebo in the, in Lords and Ladies. Cindering, I think Thor's eye would be best for sacrifice. Why in the hell did they name it Thor's eye? It ought to be Odin's eye.
Maximum velocity engaged.
Minor pet peeve.
Key systems are at optimal levels, readying for exit. Now.
Get the fire sacrifice to FDev. Look, they sacrificed themselves yesterday. That was painful to watch. System map.
System cartography.
Menu. Alright, and Sniper Man, there you go. And Turtle Man, here you go. Resume course.
Locking next star system.
Yep, welcome to the group. And look, if you're going to do a fire sacrifice, you ought to be tossing somebody into either a white dwarf or a neutron star. Like I did with that clown and Jackson's Lighthouse. Since there's no accretion disk, there's no real good black hole jets.
Frameshift now engaged. No anomalies detected. Exiting now.
Black Hole Jet. Coincidentally, the name of my new Chipotle tribute death metal band. System map.
System map.
Oh, hello there. You are very close. I think I'll take you home. Death metal, death meal, yeah. It's my first eagle kill. Actually, bury my heart in the system that Niao found. Cindering, I don't know if you've seen it, but my wife, Commander Niao, while on, I think it was while on stream, found a, and I quote, ringed Earth-like orbiting a neutron star. And you know what? I will ride on the coattails of her fame because screw it. That's right, it was shortly after the holiday duo stream, thank you. Yeah, I found an Earth-like around neutrons before. My biggest achievement there was exactly. George Cooners, gotta go, might be back later. Alright, take care, have a good one, and, yeah, good luck getting to Shinrarta. Yeah, my biggest claim to fame on, habitable discoveries is the quadruple terraformables around the neutron star. I'm gonna finish off this scan, but I'm not sure I'm gonna find anything. Resume course.
Navigation for next system.
I mean, I'm good at... Well, I'm not that good at exploring. I am good at geeking out over Now, what in the hell is that? Galaxy map.
Stellar cartography. Just think of all those places, those far
let's see here.
Galaxy, the uncharted areas of space.
Can you explain how you plotted a course? What do you mean when I told the computer to set a course for home? Let's see here. Let me check on a thing. S171. All right, that's the S171 star cluster. Visible from over 2,000 light years away. Galaxy map.
Stellar cartography.
Set a course for home.
Stellar cartography. Just think of all those places, those course locked.
Dazzy Star, is that what you meant? How did I do that? If you go into, oh, lovely view. Take a screenshot.
Capturing image.
Okay, Dazzy. So if you have a voice pack from HCS Voice Packs, you can say protocol override, customize my settings. And it will throw up a menu of bookmarks. And you can click on bookmarks and then you can set a home system. So then you will just say set a course for home and it will do that. No wonder the Guardians like to settle in or around nebulas. Oh yeah, I can't blame them. So you can set up to 10 bookmarks in a home system. That way, you can say set a course for bookmark 1, set a course for bookmark 2, etc., etc. But yeah, let me write that down so you can write that down. There you go. Just say that and it should throw a menu up to you.
Frameshift now engaged. No anomalies detected. Exiting now.
But no, as I was saying, I feel like I'm decent enough at geeking out at things. Like I can get a rough look at a system and go, okay, that's an Earth-like, that's a water world, etc., etc. Or that looks really interesting, I feel like I'm good at picking out things, at least on a somewhat local and maybe galaxy map scale. But when it comes down to finding, say, Thargoid sites, Guardian sites, active geology, volcanism, I'm not that good at it. I'm not that good at it. I don't understand it. I'd like to, but I think in the middle of a stream is going to be just boring as hell for anybody. Hey, Moo wants to live stream his taking classes. Yay!
Space. Checking systems now. Complete.
Cindering, can you eye terraformables just by looking at the system map?
Confirming exit point telemetry. Stand by.
In that case, I usually cheat. I do have the Elite Dangerous Market Connector with the terraforming plugin. So I'll look at it, I'll look at the range, and yeah, usually then I'll be able to make a better guess. I mean, I can instantly eyeball if it's a gas giant with water or ammonia-based. But while I am an enthusiastic amateur when it comes to exploration, I know just enough to be a hazard to myself. System map.
Displaying map.
Nothing here terraformable, obviously, because you can land. Now, I have heard of the terraformable you can land on, but I'm pretty sure that is either a bug or, you know, resume course. Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
You know, that's more a bug than a regular occurrence, or even an irregular occurrence.
Navigation for next system. Hyperspace velocity reached.
Spent too many days out there, so yeah, even landable high metal contents. 500 plus days out there doing 2 total trips. That is amazing. That's not spending too much time out there. That's spending just enough time out there, I think. Why am I even scanning these? Oh well. Resume course.
Next system.
It's a T-Tory. Why in the... How far we got? 14 jumps home. Not bad. All right, Sanson. Have a good one.
Exiting now.
System map.
Displaying map.
See, this is going to be a ammonia-based life gas giant. Well, pretty sure ammonia could be water. 100% sure it has life. Looks kind of green. Looks like a bad chocolate chip cookie if it's kind of green. And it'll probably start scanning around 800. So yeah, estimates like that, I'm getting better at. And ammonia-based life. Resume course.
Locking system destination.
Seems like Cindering, back me up on this, or, you know, correct me on this. Excuse me. Ammonia-based life gas giants are usually more green, right?
Maximum velocity engaged.
I mean, there's kind of, sort of, a little bit of green to water-based, but the ammonia-based, it's pretty... It's,
Key systems
it's
are at
pretty
optimum
distinct.
levels, readying for exit.
Or am I making that up? Is that a, is that recto-extractive thinking? Oh, you can tell gas giants by the HUD. Well, sure, I guess. Yeah, retro-extractive thinking. That's where you just pull an idea out of your rear. Green and brown, water-based life, more brown. All right. Excuse me. Obviously, I need to hydrate more.
Leaving system. Train shift drive engaging. Confirming exit point telemetry. Stand by. I need a little time.
Now, DC, one thing. The jump drive on this Orca right now is the one I usually have on board the Amundsen. I just rolled it out here because I like taking this Orca out for a spin. I just don't get to very often. System map.
Hey, be careful where you're going.
Nothing.
Leaving system. Jumping to light speed.
I mean, I also realize when it comes to exploration, I may lose some viewers on this. I think it's okay to cherry pick.
Scanning for anomalies.
I'm bad that way. I know I'm a terrible person, but there's only so many. There's only so many bits of ice and rocky icy you can scan. Grizzlaga, what voice pack is this? This is Orion from HCS Voice Packs. It's William Shatner. I'm lazy. I swap modules. Not gonna go engineering 2 or 3 for the same thing. Fair enough. I don't like swapping stuff. That's, well, yeah. I like having things immediately ready just in case. But I'm also lazy enough where I go, I'll get to it eventually.
Exiting now.
Well, hello there. System map.
System cartography.
This one just looked fun from the, the hyperspace drop down. Three light seconds away. This is not a very large star, is it? Resume course.
Locking system destination.
Alright, let's go home and let's go, yeah, let's get up to trouble.
Navigation for next system. Frameshift now engaged. Exiting now.
Alright, Cindering, that actually makes me feel a lot better. And Gret as well. Yeah. Now this is my one gripe, and I brought this up before, but this is just about my one gripe with the Orca. You can only fit a Class 5 fuel scoop on board. Other than that, great ship. Handles Super Cruise like a dream. Real space even better.
Hull integrity is within limits. All other systems are at normal levels.
$7A all the way. I'd fit one on a sidey if I could. Okay, now I'm picturing a fuel scoop being carried externally by a Sidewinder. Yeah, the DBX of large ships. Pretty much. No, I'm picturing some explorer hopping into his Sidewinder, and then the camera pulls back and you see he's attached to a fuel scoop, you know, 3 times as big as the ship.
Exiting now.
System map.
System map.
Water world. Ringed water world. Yeah, 1.2 metric tons of fuel a second. And then just a whole lot of gas and rings. Resume course.
Selecting next destination.
Ooh, Class A star. Corvette's good in quite a few ways. It's a little weak on the hyperspace legs, but thanks to the Guardian boosters, that's been somewhat mitigated. Or as Gret shows, greatly mitigated. You've got, what, a 44 light-year, 45 light-year Corvette?
Scanning for anomalies.
I mean, yes, it's stripped down to its underwear, but still, you've got an exploration Corvette. System map. 44, alright. Resume course.
Selecting next system en route.
Yeah, and you've still got boosters. Which is more than can be said for my, Waterworlds and Metal Rich have the same HUD display. Not quite. Let me pull up the map on that. Let's see. Nope, Metal Rich has a couple of little white spots. They look like cratered areas. It's very subtle, but it's there. Take a look.
Leaving system. Faster than light velocity reached.
Also, you can listen for a water world on the galaxy map. You'll hear no, sorry, not on the galaxy map. On the system map, you'll hear the water bubbling. Resume course.
Next system en route.
Yeah, you can hear the birds in Earth-like worlds. There's a really weird metallic kind of clang. It almost sounds like throwing something down an air vent. If you listen for a menu world on the system map. Oh, I see what you
Engaging
mean.
exit
All right,
protocol.
Sindering, gotcha.
Hi-oh.
Carranza, hey! Welcome back. System map.
Displaying map.
And that's a water world. And it's terraformable. System map.
System map.
(154.95 atmospheres, CO2 geysers, argon rich, 94% nitrogen, 6% argon. Yeah, it needs a little bit of work. Resume course.
Navigation for next system.
I found a few things questionable in the California Nebula. Found some kind of organic structures. Found some geysers, which is neat. But no, everything else was just the weird navigational lag, which seems... Well, let's have a look right here, just to make sure it's not my computer doing it. Galaxy map.
Displaying map.
So, let's see. Let's go for realistic. Let's find a nearby system. You're pretty nearby. Oh, wait, you're just the same system. Here we go. 50 light years. Nope, just blinked right in. Here's one, three light years. Doink. Right there. So it wasn't my computer. Yeah, 200 light seconds is usually the max range on an M-class star for the habitable zone, but the L-class was a little bit of supplementary heating there.
Hi-oh.
Commander Cletus, hey, how you doing? We're just
All
flying back to
systems
Narvard
check.
after
No
doing a little bit of
unusual
exploration in the California Nebula. Not sure what I was exploring for, but whatever it was, I didn't find it. Well, at least Hank didn't kill me. Very unreasonable feeling there's a megaship around there. That'd be a hell of a thing, wouldn't it? Well, I've heard the theory put forward that those Guardian structures, the ones that you get blueprints from, not the ruins, but the structures, that they could be buried ships. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Guardian, you know, on those structures, there's a lot of stuff that pokes out of the ground, like, you know, antenna being deployed. I got a few rocks I'd never want to live on.
Engaging exit protocols.
In the habitable zone of an L-class. Don't you have to be in the quote-unquote corona of an L-class to have a habitable zone? That is the galactic equivalent to being huddled up next to a campfire in a blizzard. That is where you were bundled up in a blanket and you have the fire bundled up with you. Because otherwise the fire gets too cold and then you get frost forming on the flames. When you have a winter so cold the fire keeps icing up, you know you got a problem.
Exiting now. Commander, what are your orders?
while under a frozen lake. Not quite that bad. How are you going to build a fire under a lake? No, no, no. The frost needs air to form on the flames. L-class moon in a triple black hole system. I'm trying to think if there would be any kind of supplementary heating from the black hole, but then you'd need, you know, the accretion disks, if they had accretion disks. Now, around a neutron star, I can see where you'd actually get some heating. Yeah, radiation would be dangerous by an L-class. Well... Okay, here's a question for you, Cindering, actually. L-class. I mean, it's just... You know, those brown dwarf stars are basically just, you know, supersized, gas giants. I mean, they're gas giants with delusions of grandeur. Would the gas giant's magnetic field protect against the radiation? Or, since it is a dwarf star, is the magnetic field not... Am I overthinking this? Or are you talking about radiation being emitted by the star, which... There's a few options I can see that playing out as. Pixelized 07. What's the good word?
This is the Flight Operations Department. Please comply with established docking procedures, Commander. Request approved. Prep for arrival on landing pad 39.
Pad 39.
4 o'clock immediate.
Gear down.
Deploying gear.
Adam DeMiner 23, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the crew.
Landing successful. Docking restraints engaged.
Alright, we're home. Let's go find something more fun to play with. Like, say, the Shockwave. Those are the Ys and Ts you're thinking of. Class Ls are full-blown stars, but very cold. Okay, the star zone radiation. Alright. One of these days, I will actually know what I am talking about. But today is not that day. Alright, how are we doing here? Well, I never talk. 51%, and we're in expansion. You know, we could use a little bit more, little bit of a bump there, a little bit of a buff. Nothing major, just, you know. Now then, Silas, did you send me to kill the wrong guy last time? And are you going to be apologizing for that? Expansion data couriering. Deliver 5,900 tons of silver in the name of democracy. Expansion couriering. Let's see here. Yeah, to live there, you'd be in the edge of the campfire. In the edge of the campfire to stay alive, better than freezing, though. Well, I suppose if you could dig down into the surface, you'd get enough radiation protection, then you could still gather enough power and heat. Not the greatest solution in the world, but a solution. I guess it beats horrible death. Lights on.
Lights off.
Gear up.
Landing gear retracted.
Crew command roster. Crewman Eli.
Yes, sir.
All stations.
That's affirmative.
That is all.
Thank you, Commander. Standing by.
Engines. Yeah, suck to live there under the surface, but at least you'd be living. I imagine you could live like kings if you could find a way to, you know, depending on what you could mine out of it. I know you said rocky, but... there's still got to be something you can grab out of that. Otherwise, there's no reason to be there in the first place, and you're like, why am I even here? Living is overrated. That is exactly something I'd expect a Thargoid to say. Well, that or a keelback lover. Lakon's motto, the keelback. You think you hate it now, but just wait until you fly it. Falcon DeLacy probably released the Crate Mark II, and Lakon just promptly deposited a brick after realizing, oh, they just took our one little niche market here. Ah, the 40K universe. A place that's darker than Hieronymus Bosch's version of hell, and turns out that place has a hell. Balance. So no, I had so much fun with this ship yesterday. I think, I think we'll play around with it a little bit more here.
Wilco, Commander. Let's deploy this fighter. Ready and waiting,
Target
Commander.
power plant.
Lock target.
Boop.
Enemy is down. That's the last of them. All boats destroyed.
DeLacy is keeping its superiority over Lakon. Lakon got too close to Python territory. In tomorrow's news, fringe religion Keelback cult and their leader, the infamous King Keel, prepare for full-scale invasion of a small system on the border of the bubble, Narvert. Narvert's defenders were reportedly incapacitated by fits of laughter. More as this develops. Dazzy Star, what ship? I am flying the Crate. Oh, hello there, Gunter. Target power plant. Attack my target.
Lock target.
Confirmed.
Order confirmed. Engaging target.
What weapons? I am running triple... I'm running triple pacifier frag cannons up top and dual Imperial hammers.
Outstanding. Enemy is down. That's the last of them. All boats destroyed.
Target shields offline.
Attack my target.
Engaging target.
Order confirmed. Engaging target.
Yeah, there are only 2 sets of power play weapons I grabbed. Well, no, 3. But they've been over a long period of time. And I could easily swap out these hammers. Honestly, I'm not too thrilled by them, but I already had them, so I figured, hey, why not? Now, the pacifiers I'm a little bit more pleased with.
Target shields offline.
Especially on this thing.
Target shields offline.
Knock that off.
Thermal attack. Gaining heat. Under attack.
But you could fairly easily swap this out to large frags and non-pacifiers.
Outstanding.
Enemy is down.
Or non-hammers.
Shown up on my scanner, Commander. All targets destroyed.
I mean, honestly, my Taurus, that's the ship I would take into a fight. This I'm just having fun with. This I'm just derping around with. But the Taurus is entirely... That is entirely conventional weapons. Can we multi-crew so I can take a break off jumping? Yeah, sure thing, Gret.
Oh, I was supposed to be impressed. Ah, I see. Well, bravo. Yes, very impressive. Excellent, superb. Carry on with that.
My build for the crate would be 3 large burst lasers and 2 pack hounds. I gave the pack hounds a go, and I am not a fan of them. They are visually impressive. They are visually fun, but they don't do much. Oh, welcome on board, Gret. We've got a beam laser fighter and a pulse laser fighter. Both of them are fixed. Always use fixed weapons. That way they don't wander around and, you know, create little guns. Oh yeah, the Macross missile salvo, exactly.
Enemy is eliminated, Commander.
Attack my target.
Weapons free.
Point me at them, Commander. I'll do the rest.
Go get him. Yeah, Cindering, I really wish it was more effective, I guess. All right, let's give this another shot here, Gret. 1 second. Just gotta, you know, drop this clown. The clown is down.
Enemy is down.
scan detected.
Severin sees all. Attack my target.
Locking onto target.
I hear you loud and clear. Moving to attack position.
Oh, good shot. Yeah, Pavehawker. Give me a second. I can give you a good picture of that. So yeah, in the anime series or the anime franchise Macross, they've got a thing where they've got micro missiles instead of regular missiles.
Destroyed. Searching for further contact.
And they will just spam the hell out of them. Macross is an anime. It's from the series Super Dimensional Fortress Macross. That was the name of the ship. But the fighters in the series would often just launch off these massive salvos of missiles. Something like this. Yeah, each one of those little dots and trails, that's a missile being launched off. Can't even see in my friend list now. Well, crap. Let's try that again, Gret. Let's see here. I see you again. Invite to crew. Invite sent.
Telepresence crew member connected. Telepresence crew member disconnected.
Oh dear. So Gret, is that crashing you down to desktop or what? Oop, we got a light fight. It disconnected me from the game when you sent the invite. That's no good. Technically speaking, that's no bueno. Attack my target.
Eliminate the threat.
Order confirmed. Engaging
I ever tried 2-rail, 2-pack-hound, huge gimbal multi with autoloader? Never in that... That sounds like a Fer-de-Lance loadout. I've never done that for a Ferdy. My Ferdy loadout was quad... What was that? Quad incendiary overcharged multis. And then a huge corrosive overcharged multi. The slower rate of fire on the huge was perfect for the lower ammunition count. Attack my target.
Acknowledge.
Order confirmed. Engaging target. Enemy's FSC going online, Commander. Let me
No, it's not.
Under attack.
Target destroyed. Searching for further contacts.
4 plasmas and 1 huge multi's been making pretty big comeback, but 3 PA, 2 rails is still the mainstay. That sounds nice. And hello, Liella. Been a while. How you doing? How you been? Why you gotta go and shoot up a perfectly good ship like this? Attack my target.
Locking target.
Copy. Enemy sighted. Moving to engage.
Target shields offline.
Been avoiding engineering the quad PA1 multi-build, seeing as how the CG is 800 light years away. Might take the weekend to do it. That sounds like a good plan to me.
Oh.
Target destroyed.
I was supposed to be
Searching for further contact.
I see. Well, bravo. Very
We got here a bunch of
excellent.
Imperial Clippers.
Superb.
Danger
Carry on.
McBride. Huh. Danger's his first name.
Target shields offline. Under attack.
Enemy is eliminated, Commander.
Target shields offline.
Boop.
Enemy is down. The coast is clear, Commander. Target is
4 phasing plasmas, 1 medium target lock breaker. Oh yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Target power plant.
Lock target. Warning.
Taking heat damage. Under attack. Scan detected.
Death by 1,000 cuts. Let me get this guy taken out, and then I'll boink. All right. Other build for the Fer-de-Lance is death by 1,000 cuts. 2 medium rapid fire phasing burst. 2 efficient 2 medium rapid fire phasing burst. Okay. 2 efficient scrambler bursts, then a huge target lock breaker long range plasma. Oh. So you don't have to knock down the shields. You just keep on cutting away. I like it. Failed multi-crew session messed up my entire game, apparently.
No!
Attack my target.
Weapons hot.
I hear you loud and clear. Moving to attack position.
Under attack. Scan detected. Target shields offline.
And that's what I think of your, that's what I think of your shield cell bank.
Target destroyed. Searching for further contact.
If you pop shields, then malfunctions can start to happen. I like it.
Scan detected.
I like it. There's a bug currently and corrosive applies through shields. I wouldn't rely on that then, because as soon as that gets patched out, then, you know.
Under attack. Target shields offline.
It's been in the game since 2.2. Okay, at that point, how can you tell it's a bug? Alright, Gret, take care. And if you're streaming later, let me know. I'll host you up. Attack my target.
Weapons free. Engage the target.
Point me up, Commander. I'll do the rest.
Well, that was going to be a failed shot. Still, I had to take a shot at it, so to speak.
Target shields offline.
Attack my target.
Looking for firing.
Copy. Enemy sighted. Moving to engage.
Target shields offline.
Yep, nobody's shooting at me anymore. Problem solved. I would call that a firing solution.
You were merely lucky.
Target destroyed. Searching for further
Only build I
contact.
haven't used in a while is the huge TV beam. TV. Thermal vent, gotcha. Quad pen rails. Useless against a shield tank. Hilarious against hull tanks. Oh, yeah. Dread. I imagine you are not here for the mining. Attack my target.
Weapons free. Engage the target.
Copy. Enemy sighted. Moving to engage.
Under attack.
The Furderp Lance. Oh, 4 torps with shield cracker.
My shields
And then the
are
thermal.
out.
That's
I need
just
to make
mean.
evasive maneuvers, Commander.
I mean, hilarious, but mean.
I need your help up here, Commander. Hull status critical. I don't have much time left. Fighter is destroyed, Commander. You didn't stand a chance out there.
Come on, you. Wait a minute. Why is Gret still listed as a gunner?
Incoming message.
Well, that's all kinds of weird.
Under
I
attack.
have control of the home ship, Commander.
Balance. Come here, you. Weapons. Stop putting holes in my ship.
Target shields offline.
You too. Wait, helm is unmanned? No.
I'm ready for further instructions.
No. Attack my target.
Engaging target.
Fighter is destroyed,
Yeah,
Commander.
Gret, if, well, you aren't still around, but something else got screwed up in the multi-crew setup too. Because there was a fighter deployed, and my AI wasn't hopping into it, and... whatever. FDev. Great net code. Balance. Alright, we'll take out this guy and then we'll head back to... God. Sanson, what system do you know off the top of your head could use some buffing right now?
Good riddance.
Thermal vent laser on the Vulture and APA with target lock breaker. Because autocorrect is the devil's, yeah, it's the devil's algorithm. Got stuck in the fighter the other day for like 20 minutes. A+. And that's not a shot at you, Ray. That's just, you know, A+. A+ FDev. Horizon Lights. Moo, you inspired me to jump out to the California Nebula, which has led to a question. Is there a way to get a general idea of what planets are from the system map? Yes, there are. If you can listen to the planet, and if you can hear birds chirping, you can actually hear it from the sounds. If you hear birds chirping, it's an Earth-like. If you hear water bubbling, it's a water world. Let's see here. I linked up the hologram map earlier. Let me pull that up again. This is a better way of doing it. Since, you know, that actually has the full list there. If you target a planet, that hologram will show up in your cockpit right here where it's showing the Coriolis for me. And then you will be able to know exactly what kind of planet it is. I am as Alliance. Innate buffing will do. I am on my way. We'll swap out to the Taurus because, well, it's the Taurus. Mando, welcome back. Yeah, and a system with 20+ planets looking for another shortcut. I get you. Unfortunately, there's nothing really good there. Cindering might be able to help you on that, perhaps, but I don't know. It's. I could say I kind of know how to do it, but I wouldn't be able to describe how I do it. Assuming you said your suspicions when you first started. Yeah, my suspicions were that there is something, well, there is something really weird going on there, which we know. So my suspicion is, and, you know, that Frontier is pointing us out there. Every time they do a community go out on the Frontier, it's to point us towards something. You know, creating Obsidian Orbital. Drum up some interest in the Pleiades. Now they're pointing us towards the California Nebula. And I went there, and there's something very strange going on, because it takes forever to plot jumps in that region. Even little jumps, 7 light years, 5 or 10 seconds sometimes. You leave that region, jump calculation time goes back to normal. I don't know what it means, and I know that place has been picked apart with a fine-tooth comb. I wish I was able to contribute something other than this means something. Cindering, gotta go. Have a good one. Well, thank you. You have a good one too. Take care. Yeah, Captain Murdoch. It's interesting. There's something... Well, I mean, the person organizing this in-universe, from an in-universe perspective, this is being organized by... Wait, what? I'm sorry, what? Yes, the work in Arietis needs a gentle touch. Don't worry, I am being gentle about this. I cannot re-ammo? Something went screwy here. But no, Bill Turner is organizing this. Bill Turner, the engineer. Bill Turner, the engineer who said he is a member of the club. Now, the club, they are a... They're kind of like the Illuminati, except they've accomplished a whole lot more than any rumor-mongering about the Illuminati has. One more time. Nope. Okay. Yeah, I may have to relog here. We will see. In fact, hell, I'll do it right now. But every time Frontier wants us to go someplace, they will kind of give us a nudge. Both overt and covert. Those structures you found to suggest they are experimenting with alien tech? Possible, or they built, well, maybe not experimenting with, but researching, definitely. Galaxy map.
Oh, look. Bright, sparkly stuff. Isn't it pretty?
Yes, it is, Eli. But yeah, I mean, that's a 22 light year jump, and it was just like, boom! I was trying to calculate 7, 8, 10 light year jumps in the California Nebula, and it was like, grind, 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 go! Why does Taurus have an interdictor module? Oh, just in case I gotta chase down a target that doesn't want to chase me down. Gear up.
Landing gear retraction.
Why are there systems out near Barnard's Loop that are locked? That is a very good question that a whole lot of people would like to know, Captain Murdoch. It's not just Barnard's Loop. That's the other thing. Let's see here. Let me load up ED's star map. Let's see here, galactic mapping, let's see here, galactic map, and load up, let's see here, most prominent POIs, restricted sectors. Okay, so there are restricted sectors, and let me... Let's see here. Here's a link. This is a link to all the restricted sectors on the map. Sorry about that, you're going to have to just copy-paste in. All of these sectors are big. Some of these, like, I want to say the Hyponia region, and also the Blia 3 region, I think those are bigger than the bubble. Let's see here, the Bovomet restricted sector. Look at this. This is players who have mapped out this region. This is the restricted area. It is a 1,000 light-year diameter sphere. Let's see, we're trying to find other regions here. Let's see here. Yeah, the Prie sector. This is also very, very strange. Ray, why a sphere? I don't know. Here's the other thing. Here's the, Here's another sector that's restricted. Almost over by the, let's see, that's Prie. It's just there. Prie. This is almost on the other side of the galaxy. This is almost on a straight line between the Sol system and Beagle Point. And that is also a very large area of space, totally locked off. Other players have been able to map the region, or the perimeter, but they haven't been able to go inside.
Frame shift now engaged. Confirming exit point telemetry. Stand by.
Why do I have a feeling those are Thargoid system/bases and they'll open up in Apache 3? It's a common suspicion, Dark Rune, but, you know, there's also the idea perhaps they are their guardian. Or something else. Maybe they're, you know, here's one of the wild speculations I've heard. And I don't know, you know, I guess I'll put as much weight to it as anything else. A generation ship got tossed through a wormhole to the other side of the galaxy, and they've established a human civilization over there. Totally isolated for 1,000 years. Or it could be the lost AIs, because we know there was a human versus AI war. Exactly, Sanson. Now, we think we got all of them, but we can't guarantee it. Maybe some of those AIs hopped on board a ship and ran away. Maybe those human AIs made contact with Guardian AI. Wouldn't that just be a Charlie Foxtrot of epic proportions? New ships, possibly new travel methods. Who knows? Maybe they developed FTL on their own and refined it in a different way. Maybe they went down a different tech path. Maybe it's a restricted developer playground where they can create and test stuff out as a test bubble. Oh yeah, encountering a new NPC that far from occupied space, that would be amazing. And if you're that far out, if you were that far out, then hopefully... Ray, have those sectors always been locked? Yes, they have. They've always been locked, and it just... They don't play the game enough to need a test bubble, or they've been in the bubble so long they don't know what it's like outside. But, I mean, a way to test out mechanics or something, I don't know. But yeah, it could be something like The Expanse, could be... Oh, we could have all kinds of interesting things happening. Lakon, Kilo, Yankee, Lima, request docking clearance.
Lakon, Kilo, Yankee, Lima. This is flight control.
Gear down.
Gear down.
And request access before you approach the port.
What the crap is that? Why does it look like a collection of parts floating in close proximity? And where did half of my hull go? The test bubble is supposed to be the one between Seoul and Beagle Point. All right. Well, Cletus, I mean, God, there's enough room for speculation here. I mean, come on, the story's only been progressing at the speed of, well, any day now.
Contact. Commence system shutdown. We are pleased to receive you, Commander.
Can I refuel my ship? Excellent. All right. Okay, you said Hema's Alliance. Alright. Give him a little... Yeah, molasses in January. That's another way to put it. Planetary scan job. Yeah, I'll take that. 3.5 million? Well, 700 grand and some influence for him. That ought to buff him a little bit. I'll take a gentle hand on it, don't worry. Type 9 through Ublik. Gear up.
Gear coming up.
Coupler disengaged. You are go for departure.
Type 9, Type 10, whatever. Since they are basically the same ship after all. Darkroon, I think my ship just lost half its fuel capacity, me just pondering that. Yeah, the spoiler for going faster, you know. Thinking of creating a T-10 called Distribution Ship for totally legitimate reasons. Uh-huh. Well, sounds legit. Sorry, Budman. I don't know how to... I don't know how to kick Twitch to make it work. I really wish I did.
Exiting now.
Incoming mission critical message.
Alright, let's go find this place.
Incoming mission critical message.
Okay, it is not... It's only 72 light seconds away and it's 3 million? Okay, so what kind of Fort Knox situation have I gotten myself into? 3.5 million for scanning something that's only 70-some light seconds away? It's a trick. Get an axe. But no, I mean, Frontier has been really, really frustrating when it comes to moving the story along, because They get something going. They get an idea. Everybody gets fired up for it. And then nothing happens, or the same thing happens day in and day out. Irony be thy name. But no, the same thing just... You know, Frontier then lets this just sit for a month or 2, or 10. And then they proceed to move on to the next step. And it's really... There we go. It's frustrating because they are squandering the enthusiasm and word of mouth that gets built up around an event. And I realize that it takes time to get these things, you know, coded up and put together, but, you know, have 2 or 3 of these things in the pipe and ready. And that way you can kind of, you know, dole them out a little bit faster, you know? Axe, 12 gauge. Well, you know. One of those things. Get the 12 gauge with the axe blade attached to it. Yeah, people were super excited by the Thargoid bases, by the Guardian ruins, by the stations being attacked. And then, you know, the story feels like somebody trying to drive stick for the first time, and they keep on grinding and stalling after, you know, they jerk forward a few inches, or a few feet, or whatever, and then it's like, thud, and then you got to start it back up again, clutch in, put it in gear, blah blah blah. Speaking of somebody who learned to drive stick, and speaking of somebody who has ground their share of gears learning to drive stick, set to 1. Oh, Pavehawker, thank you for that, for answering that question. I didn't know about that, and thank you for going back and answering that. Mighty kind of you. Set 1-2. 3.5 million for just this little puff of nothing? Alright. Yes, I realize. Come on. Set 2-1. 1.4 G. It's a little hard to maintain level flight there, especially when you aren't actually level. Yeah, I was fighting with that one a little bit. Spawn, that must have looked really weird on the security cameras. Oh, can you imagine the guard just sipping his coffee and kind of... Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Whatever he wants, he can have it.
shift now engaged. No anomalies detected. Exiting now.
So what's with the power issue? Which power issue? You mean the faction, or with... What power issue? Because we've got a few. Oh, the Taurus? Let's see here. Oh, the power issue? That's just the, when I threw this, frameshift drive interdictor on board. Nothing major. That just pushed the, power limit a little bit past 100%. So whenever I deploy my guns, the FSD interdictor turns off. Not a major thing, because I don't need an FSD interdictor in real space, and I don't need guns in, Super Cruise. It's a pretty benign power issue. Oh, Sanson, I saw something earlier on Yamik's channel. He did a review of the Challenger. And yeah, him and his co-host were suggesting the idea of turning it into a smuggling rig. A hull-based smuggling ship. Because you could put 128 tons of cargo in that thing. Now that gives me all kinds of interesting ideas. Legend says you can hit targets in Super Cruise with a grade 4 railgun. Ooh. Lovex, is this ship good? A good ship of combat? Oh, it is. Yeah, the Chieftain? I will swear by this ship up and down. PvP, my experience with PvP is limited to, being blown up. But versus NPCs, when you need to make somebody go away in a hurry, I would definitely go with this ship. Oh, Spawn, sorry to hear that. Find me a parking spot.
Welcome.
And yeah, Lovex, I'll get around to finding a target here, and we'll find a mission to play here. Gear down.
Down. And locked.
Oh yeah, these big circular cities, I love them.
Touchdown confirmed. Docking restraints engaged. Welcome to the port, Commander.
Alright, turn this in, make myself some cash real quick. Yeah, it's Atlantis. Attach a Super Cruise drive to this thing. Yeah, Sanson, Chief can be built to dish out a shit ton of DPS or take a shit ton of DPS. Yeah, there is no or about it. This thing is designed for both. One more mission shouldn't be a huge... Let's see, urgent kill order. Let's find something decent here. Planetary scan, Sanguojan. Here we go. 2.1 million credit mission, assassinate Pirate Lord. I had no HS. This is for maintenance on the faction and the BGS. Sometimes you just got to take the influence for take the hit for the group. Gear up.
Gear coming up.
Darkroon, I know I'm foolish. I'm gonna keep using the Challenger for combat. Never gonna touch PvP anyway. Fair enough. And hey, if I can solo a Conda, I'm happy. Well, there you go. Who attacked the Aquarius tanker out in the California Nebula? I'm going to assume Thargoids. Yeah, the Challenger isn't a bad ship, it's just in a weird place. Let's see, what did they say? Did they say a Hemes? Or a Densu? Was a Hemes, alright. Alright, get clear of the gravity well, get the planet out from between me and the destination. There we go. So yeah, love, you wanted to see what this thing can do in a fight? Well, we're about to get a fight going. Oh, Enforcers would be beautiful on a Chief or a Challenger. Who am I fighting? Oh, NPC Pirate Lord. Good demonstration of what the ship can do for, dishing out damage at least. There we go, Federal Corvette. Mission target, deadly Federal Corvette. Going to be engineered. Do not go flying into the star, you ass clown. Alright. Balance. He's rolling back around on me. Here comes the interdiction. Alright, Leela, take care. Yeah. I might take you up on that. Target power plant.
Target.
That was dual class 4 plasmas. And now that he's gotten his shots in. He may last longer than 20 seconds, but... not much.
Incoming mission critical message. Cargo scoop deployed.
Besides, now we got core dynamics composites. You know, Leo, I like the cut of your gibberish there. So your proprietaries class, yeah, those are grade 4. Oh yeah, and it also scoops nicely because the cargo scoop is right on the front end. Eric G 07. Phase alloys, refined focus. There we go. So I can get a decent view of the ship here. So there's the cargo scoop right there. So all you gotta do is basically put your nose on it and it will fly right in. What factors your consideration of where and what and who to do missions? Well, let's see here. So, Swift, I'm part of a player group, the Errantry Alliance of Narvert, and we've got, let me load it up in Nara here and kind of show what we got to work with. So we're trying to be diplomatic about things. We're a group of, well, basically waifs and strays. We're mostly new commanders. I put the group together for people to kind of get their feet under them. So let's see here. Pull up the briefing room. All right, so this is a quick look at our factions rundown. And you can see influence there on the, the second to the right column. Or second from the right, I should say. So most of these systems, we want to keep our influence between 40% and 60%. Or it's 45 and 60, that's what it is. Except for these two systems, Kapanen D and Ariatis Sector. We want to keep those low. If we go to 75%, then we end up expanding. And we don't want to expand. We want to, we want to guide our expansion, which means that we got to kind of do things in a very, very specific way. So mission priority. Let's get back home here, and I can show you what I'm looking for on the mission board. Wondering if I was messing things up by bounty hunting in the area. Bounty hunting... That, only if you turned in one of those systems. In the briefing room on the announcements over on the Discord, we've got, in the announcements tab, we kind of give where we want everybody to work. Or what's off limits and what isn't. But that is a good point that you bring down another faction's influence by bounty hunting or taking out their ships. Well, even bounty hunting. Now you make some of that back by turning it in, but anyway, neither here nor there right now. We'll get landed and I will show you what I'm looking for. And I'll also take a refreshing drink of water. What are you getting your hands dirty with today? Well, let's see here. Did a little bit of sightseeing in the California Nebula, and the only thing I could really notice is that jump time calculation was very, very weird there. Also, that Bill Turner is involved in the Alliance project to build stations. Master Bong Taker, thank you so much. Welcome to the crew. Pull up a seat. Enjoy the stay. But no, the really weird thing, Eric G, was that in the California Nebula, short-range jumps, any kind of jump, was taking forever to calculate. Well, when I say forever, I mean, it's instant calculating a jump out here. But it was calculating, it was taking its time. It was taking 5 to 10 seconds to calculate a 7 light-year jump. And the star density is no higher than out here in the bubble. So there's something very, very weird going on out there. Also, Bill Turner, the engineer slash frontman for the club, is also helping front the construction project of a new starport out there. And that just makes me suspicious as hell. So anyway, a quick rundown on background simulation, because it's an involved process, but I'll try to give the $2 version. There we go.
Lycon Kilo, Yankee Lima. Be aware of local gravitational conditions when approaching this facility, Commander. Fly safely.
Gear down.
Lowering.
Grislago, wanted to haul stuff out there where I need a medium ship for the job. No, the starport under construction is a large, so it has landing pads for large ships. Alright, having a look here at the mission board. Oh, I tell a lie. First we're going to look at the status of the system. So, there's 3 factions here. The Air Entry Alliance, that's us. Our influence is at 25% and going up. The Defense Party of Ahemes, their influence is at 43% and going down. And the Ahemes Alliance at 31% and going up. So, if you get within 5% of another faction, you go to war. So if he was at, well, if he was at 30% and we were at 25%, there would be an impending war. So we're trying to keep the Ahemes Alliance a little bit ahead of us, because we don't really want to take over this system. If we accidentally expand from this system, we will expand into the territory of another player group who have been very good neighbors to us, and we don't want to go standing on their toes. Also because, 1, they've been very good neighbors to us, and 2, they could probably crush us like a bug, no problem. 2 very strong motivations for not wanting to go jumping into their territory with our faction. So, how do you keep the influence in a safe and stable configuration? Well, that's where you go to the mission board. Twirly, twirly, twirly. Okay, so with this mission, you have, I get paid 2.1 million and there's 2 dots of reputation and 2 dots of influence. Or I can get refined focus crystals and 2 dots of reputation, 2 dots of influence. Or 500,000, 5 dots of reputation, and 2 dots of influence. I want the money, I don't need the reputation. Reputation helps your standing here. And I'm already allied with everybody here, so I don't need reputation. If you want to get reputation and get better standing with somebody, take the rep. Otherwise, I just take the cash. So reputation is your personal standing with somebody. Influence is how much power they take out of that. How much power, how much percentage they go up, yeah, influence is their degree of control in the star system. Their influence goes up, everybody else's goes down. So we kind of want to juggle around the influence versus the cash. A 5-pip influence mission like we got here is a whole lot more influence than a 2-pip influence mission. So that's the long and the short version on, on background simulation. If you get within 5% of somebody else, you either go to war, or you go to election if it's 2 democracies. And I do not believe these guys are a democracy. No, they're a dictatorship. And then the Ahemes Alliance, they are venturist. They're venture capital. They are also not a democracy. So neither of these guys, we would end up going to, we would not go to election with these folks. We would go to war. Now, we could probably, very likely, kick these guys' butts in a war. But, here's the big problem. The Air Entry Alliance is present in the Narvit system, Theditic, Wang, Sanguogen, this system, Adensu. If we go to war in any one of those systems, all across all of the rest of the faction, every system we are in, all of our assets and our influence gets frozen. So we can no longer build influence in another system. Uber, how's space today? Yeah, just discussing a little bit of background sim and you know, the plate spinning and juggling and chainsaw juggling that goes into it. So if your influence is frozen elsewhere, and say another faction climbs up while you're frozen fighting a war here, and you end up close to 5% elsewhere, after the war you may end up going to war over there too. So there's a very strong motivation for keeping things in equilibrium rather than trying to go expanding like crazy. Because eventually you will end up in a cycle of war. And if you've ever played Dwarf Fort, you know what it's like when a dwarf goes into tantrum mode. That's kind of what you get here. Except, you know, a little bit more interstellar firefights and less really pissed off dwarf with an axe. Same general effect, though. And with smaller population systems, you have to have kind of a more gentle touch on it. Galaxy map.
Galaxy map.
And when I say gentle touch, I mean the population of this system is 59 grand. Sanguogen. Population of Sanguogen is 10,000. Yeah, and going to war with frag cannons does cause a little bit of litter, that's true. May as well get this mission turned in Hemez. Sorry, Anadensu. Shoot, and I forgot to go to interstellar factors again. Yeah, you just go for money because you don't stay in one place. That's a good way of doing it, Swift. Now, if you do want to stay in one place, gear up.
Gear coming up.
If you do stay in one place and you get higher reputation with a faction, if you become allied or friendly or whatever, they give you much, much higher paying missions. If you're just Joe Nobody, who you're just cordial with because you're some spacer nomad wandering through, they'll give you some missions, kind of give you some spending money and keep going. But if you're allied, if you're a regular, they know you, they trust you, they will start giving you much, much higher paying missions. You know, much bigger cash for the same effort. For instance, I could be allied, or I could be just cordial with a group and they will offer me 500 grand to go scan some planetary, data point. Or I could be allied with that same faction and they will pay me upwards of 3.5 million to go scan that data point.
Warning, temperature critical.
And yeah, it's not so much a learning curve as it is a learning cliff. How did somebody put it yesterday? One of those reverse curve walls from American Ninja Warrior. That's the one. Well, Dark Rune, I'm sure you could, well, you could try to blow it up, but I don't think they'd take kindly to it, and I think they have a little bit more ammunition than you do. You could always bomb it with Thargoid sensors and see if that shuts it down. Closes it for business. The Errantry Alliance of Narvik does not condone UA bombing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Not you. Yay, Twitch app crashed. Well, good, you don't have to deal with the Twitch app anymore. Lakon, Kilo, Yankee, Lima, request docking clearance. Gear down.
Deploying landing module.
Yeah, most likely named for James Bradley. He was a English astronomer. He discovered the way that Earth's axis actually wobbles a little bit, and he also discovered that you could, let's see here, how'd that, the aberration of light. So yeah, really famous guy in astronomy circles. Swift X Vilzions. Thank you so much for the follow. I think I'll call you just Swift. Welcome to the crew. Pull up a seat. The crazy. Oh, it keeps us warm. So again, here's a case where you could go for really high influence, which is not what we want in this system. I'll just take a little bit of influence, a little bit of reputation, and a whole lot of cash. And again, I will take just, you know, a little bit of cash. Again, expansion courier data. 2 pirates in Sanguojan. Oh, wait a minute. We want to expand out of Adensu, so I can do the inf here. Well, I'm still taking the cash because that's good money. Alhazred, Sothoth, and Justin Kimber. Okay. Both in the same system too, both in Sanguojan, so this is good. This is easy money. Lights on?
On.
Occasionally in places like Sanguojan, well, occasionally with these assassination missions, you'll get double interdicted. Gear up.
Landing gear.
Or you'll drop down with one target and then your other targets will show up. It was a damn conga line of pirates needing to be a freelance peacekeeper the other day. I guess in United terms, they were aggressively reaccommodated.
Exiting now.
Stop all thrusters.
All stop.
Alright, there's 2 targets showed up right there. I'm gonna guess one of them could very well be our target. Yep, Justin Kimber, there he is. Expert, mission target, and he's rolling in on me. So he's gonna try to interdict me. That's good.
Awaiting order.
Target power plant.
Lock target.
And that was the first pass. And the second pass.
landing.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Cargo scoop deployed. Cargo scoop retracted.
So that was either 1 or 2 million right there. And our next target is apparently waiting around Sanguojan 1G. Do you have a favorite weapon? Gotta say, I am real partial to frag cannons. They fit my fighting style. My fighting style is basically get really close and give them a face full of buckshot. That said, there are other weapons that are very useful. I've tried to train myself a little bit on plasma accelerators and on railguns. But mostly frag cannons. I mean, you know, that last fight kind of shows it. If they're willing to joust, if they want to get in close, then even if they're chaffing... You were winged up with Courier with 3 frags melting NPCs? Yeah. Yep. Now the downside... Chieftain with a shotgun comes to mind, yeah. Now the downside. This is a very big downside. At 200 meters away from a ship, you will melt him down. At 500 meters away from that same target, you're just going to make him mad. These are not a sniper's weapon. These are very close quarters. Like fixed weapons, they care nothing about cold targets and chaff. Yeah, and frags don't really care about either that either. Which is another reason I can say, I can try to target some... Oh, hey! Dangerous Federal Corvette. You just earned a spot on the list. I can, if I really, really need to, I can target, you know, I can target specific modules. Or, you know, if they chaff, alright, I'm just gonna light them up either way. And they've got a little bit of play to them,
Showing
so.
you the...
You just saved me a lot of trouble there, bucko. Thank you so much.
Awaiting orders.
Target power plant.
Locking onto target.
Under attack.
1 second there, and I will acknowledge. So the railgun I have has feedback cascades on, so even if they do fire off those shield cell banks, all they get is the heat from it.
Warning. Thermal attack. Gaining heat. Incoming mission critical message. Cargo scoop deployed.
And R4 Hull 20, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the crew. You can't deny the power of just ramming someone. Oh no, it's true, you can't. This thing is also very decent at ramming, to be honest. Certainly got the boost speed for it. Set 1-2. That's ramming configuration, and I am just south of 530 meters per second. Let's see here, I think that's everybody. Yep. Oh, back to Adensu we go. 3 million richer. Set 2-1. Yeah, pretty much.
die first, get it? Your friends might get me in a rush, but not before I make your head into a canoe.
Interstellar velocity at maximum. Exiting now.
Well, why bother shooting when you can crack a Corvette like an egg? Just in case you don't crack it on the first go, you got a nice little backup. In Car Wars, there was a weapon called the bumper trigger, where, you know, people with cars designed to ram would often use it. They'd ram a car, and then the bumper trigger would fire off whatever weapons were attached to it, and basically you hit them point blank with something else. Just in case the ram didn't kill him, it probably opened up the side armor. And then, whoever was sitting in the passenger seat or the driver's seat, well, they learned the fact that recoilless rifles aren't. Does the sturdy plus 60% armor piercing help with rails? Honestly, I am not too sure about that, because railguns already have a very strong armor-piercing component to them. No, Ray, pacifiers only come in fixed large. Now, the sturdy component of that does help, because rails run hot, and sturdy will actually help on, if I remember right, sturdy will actually help with bringing that heat down. But the armor piercing, it's not too terribly big an improvement. Super penetrator is much more effective for railguns, yes. A super penetrator is where you shoot something with a railgun, and that shot continues on, hitting every subsystem in that line. If you've ever seen the Battle of the Doniger in Season 1 of The Expanse, that is what a super penetrator railgun will do. Yes, sturdy plus plasma slug and the heat becomes non-existent. However, I believe plasma slug does reduce the damage a bit. I wish the Doniger had stuck around longer. Plenty of other Doniger class out there. And yeah, Martian ships are amazing. They are the high-tech. Okay, let's get this turned in. No, Martian ships are all kinds of fun. I'm running super penetrator and short range blaster on my medium and small rails. That would, yeah, that would make a mess. That would definitely delete targets. And yes, that's also lots of heat. Let's see here. Anybody else want some? Let's see here. 12th century skimmers for 7.3 million. Tempting. I don't really have anything configured for ground attack, though. And this is some wet work. We don't tell you what. It's probably going to be blowing up a metric ass ton of civilian ships. Not too interested. Pass. The family of Adensu, who don't trust me with anything. Jesus, you make a living blowing up pirates, and suddenly the pirates don't like you. Yeah, the boomerang, but I've stripped some parts out on it. I'd have to double check and make sure it's actually configured for ground assault. Assassinate politician, assassinate politician, assassinate politician. Tell you what, if can we assassinate Silas? Can we just get somebody else in there on kind of, you know, plausible deniability? Assassinate a venerable general. Massacre, assassinate deserter. These guys are in civil war, which would be why. Who are they in civil war with? It'd be you. A Densu first. How's that working for you? But here's an example here. So I am neutral with these guys. They're offering me an assassination mission of 196 grand. Anything else here? A wing assassination for 328. Now, I am allied with these guys, and they're offering me assassination missions of 2 million, and 1.3 million, and 1.2. And why in the hell, again, when did they make wing assassination missions so... Well, I know when they made them so crappy. I'm just wondering why they made them so crappy. Here, go up against 3, 4, 5 super-engineered ships. Much harder targets, and we will pay you a third of what we used to. Sound good? Eh? Hard pass. $3.1 million. Probably shouldn't turn that in yet. I'm gonna bank that up for... I'm gonna bank that up for after we get through expansion. Kind of... Well, no, I can't really do that much either, but... I'm still going to bank it. Here's another power play, or not power play, but background sim. So this station, Bradley Plant, system map.
Displaying map.
Bradley Plant is controlled by Adensu Industries. So if I have a bunch of data here and turn it into them, it buffs Adensu Industries because they own the place. If I were to go to here, Barrieros Horizons, and give it into the Errantry Alliance, I would be buffing them, or us as the case is. So you can, depending on where you turn stuff in, you can help out other factions. Depending on who's controlling the place. Now I'm looking, who else runs stations here? This is just a little outpost, so the Adensu system only has 2 stations. Barrieros Horizons and Bradley Plant. Let's go fly in here actually, real quick. Gear up.
Gear coming up.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, scrub the ship. Thank you, Ray. I will get that at Barrieros. I think we've got an interstellar factors here. And yeah, yell that at me again once I get landed. One of these days, it may actually become habit. Doesn't look like it's today, though, and tomorrow ain't looking so hot either. So yeah, interstellar factors, for those unfamiliar, that's like the paint and spray out of GTA. If you don't have any notoriety, and you get notoriety for killing civilians, killing anybody who isn't wanted. Yeah, Eric, I hope the expansion doesn't end up hanging for 10 days either. But if you kill somebody who isn't wanted, you'll get a murder charge on you. You commit 1 murder, you get 1 unit of notoriety. If you just blow up, blow up skimmers, I think, you don't get the notoriety. You just get fined. But the more notoriety you get, the more it takes to, sorry, the pay and spray. My bad. I said paint and spray, didn't I? Well, close enough. But yeah, if you get 1 unit of notoriety, you have to actually play in the game for 2 hours without committing more crimes. FDev's too busy getting ganked to realize a few of the technical issues. I want to argue with you on that, but I can't. One murder does not a murderer make. No, I'm well, I mean, you know, there's manslaughter, there's accidental, there's negligent homicide. Are you a serial killer? No, I am massively parallel. Yeah, we're sitting a station. You can do that too, but you have to be in game. It doesn't count down while you're logged out. Noob hammers, high gravity manufacturing centers. Lakon Kilo Yankee Lima request docking clearance.
Docking protocol initiated.
That was not the docking protocol. Pad left, 37.
9 o'clock mid.
Gear down.
The gear is down and locked.
Please proceed to dock on your assigned docking pad in a timely manner, and refrain from obstructing other docking areas.
And yeah, Darkroon, there's the I tagged this T9 with a single multi-cannon shot by accident, and then the pirates I was hunting blew it up. Yeah, that isn't murder, that's... pain in the butt. Yeah, that was civilized frontier bashing. And yeah, same thing here, Eric. I mean, we're allowed to have complex feelings on the topic. Frontier does good things. I mean, hell, they've got the game. On the other hand, we've got some of the issues in the game. And scrub the ship. Oh. And redeem this bounty. So here's all the other bounties that I picked up just from using the kill warrant scanner. So that's an extra, you know, little over $500,000.
Incoming message.
Grislago, think you're heading out to a Guardian weapon site after the stream if anyone's interested? Possibly. Possibly. And actually, on that note, unfortunately, I think we're going to have to call it for here, because that big blue room of real life has got some stuff that it's telling me I need to do. Grumble, grumble. But we'll be back on Tuesday, usual time, usual place. Let's see here. Get that going. Get that going. Run that in the background here real quick. No, really. And play. There we go. I knew I had credits in here somewhere. So yeah, who are we going to go see? Let's see here. You know what? Let's go scare Gret a little bit. Gret's playing WoW. But yeah, I'll be around. If you're on the Discord, I'm almost always accessible there. Always a pleasure hanging out with folks. Always a pleasure meeting new folks. Thank you all for coming out here, spending your time with me. And yeah, we're gonna go say hi to Gret. In the meantime, everybody, fly safe. If you can't fly safe, fly dangerous. If you can't fly safe or fly dangerous, protect your ship before you send your cat to the groomers, because they may take vile, vile revenge on you. Good advice. Words to live by. Have a good one all. Take care. And yeah, let's go over and throw some spaceship cows over Gret's way. Have a good one all.